Greetings, my people. We have come again today from Voice Caritas TV. Today we are going to be talking about an important topic that affects the world so much. Here I have with me are my brother Michael Ebobi and my brother Kevin Oyema. Michael studied communication, mass communication, studied philosophy, and currently final year student of theology. While my brother here, Oyema, studied nursing and medicine. He also studied philosophy and currently in third year theology. I remain my humble self, Nadi Jude Felix, a philosopher and messenger of God's love. So, stay tuned and enjoy our discussion. So I'm going to start from my left here, from brother Michael. So bro, as a philosopher and somebody who is well known in communication, what is a definition? What definition can you give to abortion? Does abortion has any definition?
Yes, it has. Thank you very much. Abortion, from its Latin origin, aborere, comes to tell us that it is the death of a fetus, that is to perish, to terminate. So anything that has to do with the death of a fetus is abortion.
Okay. What do you think that makes women to consider abortion as a right?
Considering abortion as a right is funny in the sense, because you thinking of abortion, you being a custodian of something doesn't give you the right over it. It is the owner that has the right to consider keeping life or taking life. But we are custodians of that life which God has given to us, because in the Catechism of the Catholic Church, it tells us from 2270 to 2275, it tells us that right from conception, that the person has the right to live. Thank you.
Okay. So, brother Onyema, as a medical doctor, does abortion has any definition medically?
Yes, abortion, I will even incur it to be a medical issue, because abortion in medicine is actually a serious thing. Medically, abortion, it has to do with the removal or termination of either the zygote, the fetus, or even the blastocyst. So whatever has to do with termination of the already conceived fetus in the womb is abortion, be it direct or indirect. Thank you.
Okay. Do we have types of abortion?
Yes, medically there are basically two types of abortion.
Okay.
And these two types are induced abortion and spontaneous abortion. Now, what is this induced abortion? It's the abortion that the medical practitioner choose to carry out, perhaps on the request of the client or the patient. Then the spontaneous is the one people normally call the miscarriage. The natural one that just maybe due to some kind of issue, due to some kind of hormonal imbalances, the uterus becomes so uncomfortable for the fetus that it has to purge it out. That is the spontaneous abortion. Now, still on that, there are also methods of doing abortion. There are basically also two. It's either the medical method or the surgical method. Going to the medical aspect method of doing abortion has to do with the patient taking drugs. For example, taking misoprostol, mifepristone, just to expel the product of conception in the person's womb. While the surgical one has to do with dilation and curetis, doing with the manual excavation of the manual aspiration of the content of the uterus. So you see where the two different methods play. This one is medical and this one is surgical. But whichever, they are all abortion. But like I said earlier, the types are two. which is the induced and the spontaneous, and the method 2, medical and surgical. Thank you.
Okay, there is a popular saying that abortion is contra natura in Latin, which means against nature. As a medical doctor, do you believe that?
To some extent, yes, but to some extent, no. I said yes because it is against nature when it is an induced abortion. You choose to do it. This life has been given to you by God. There are many who are seeking for this life and they couldn't get, and you have one and you choose to terminate it. Then the other no, the negative aspect of my answer is when it is spontaneous. It is also natural. So you cannot say natural going against natural, because that, the cause is not by the person, neither is it by anybody, but because of due to some kind of medical imbalances somewhere, some at the either the fertilization period, during the conception period, or even when the zygote is growing and finally from the fallopian tube to the uterus, something happened that is also natural, it becomes not against nature again.
Okay, thank you for that answer. We come back to you. Our this one is coming from theological points. As a theologian, what do you think church is saying about abortion?
From the aspect of the church is totally against abortion.
Okay.
Total in the sense that, number one, the church excommunicates anybody that procures an abortion from Canon 1398. Then secondly, since the church sees abortion as contrary to the divine law, which is thou shalt not kill. So anybody involved in such law, anybody involved in such attitude or such act is sent away by the church according to the canon law. And it is a grave sin in the church, which is supposed to be mortal, and it is mortal in the sense that it is a deliberate act. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much for that. You see, the church says no to abortion. So my brother, what do you think that causes women to carry out an abortion? You think somebody in his normal senses can do that?
Yeah, there are people in normal senses who does that. There are people who, because of ego, if I may use that word, some persons because of pride, some persons because they can no longer bear the shame of keeping a pregnancy outside wedlock. So such persons procure abortion. Some because they feel they cannot take care of this baby or they are not ready for this baby, they go for abortion. There are some or very few of them who go for abortion due to medical reasons or due to family or psychological issues.
Okay. That is to say that somebody who is carrying out an abortion has an effect.
Sure.
So now, after an abortion, do you think that the person who carried an abortion is still medically 100% fit?
The person is actually no longer 100% fit. Why? Because something has happened to the uterus. It actually depends at the stage at which this person procures an abortion. Now, there are 3 trimesters in a pregnancy.
Okay.
The first, the second, and the third. Any abortion done at the first, yes, if perfectly done well by a gynecologist or someone who knows his or her work, I can say the person is 100% fit to still conceive and live her normal life. But when it is done in the second or the third trimester, it can no longer be, because something must have happened. Because it's just like you are carrying something. Something is already infused in your hands, and it's not yet time for you to divulge that. And that is being taken away by force. And that is why you see bleeding, hemorrhage coming, you see some kind of medical issue, some even terminating their bladder or even terminating the whole uterus due to pain they cause during abortion when not carefully done.
Okay. What is your advice to any person or the woman out there watching us who is still having abortion as an option?
My advice to all of them is this actually. Before they do whatever they do, they should first of all consider the future. They never know what that baby in her womb would grow up to be. If she was aborted when she was in her own mother womb, she wouldn't have come to the world today. I will advise them to think very well. There is always a way out. The pregnancy is not the end of her life, neither is it going to make her and maybe someone who becomes an object of laughter in the community. It can happen to anybody. It's a mistake. But going for abortion could lead to another mistake And mistake after mistake is no longer mistake. So I will always advise them to make sure they seek the intervention of their pastors or imam, as the case may be, intervention of psychologists, counselors who will counsel them and talk to them, because sometimes it is actually very difficult if they have made up their mind to change them. You have to go a rigorous kind of counseling to talk to them, for them to believe that yes, they can still be normal person, still live their normal life. Pregnancy is just 9 months. You can keep it, let the baby, love the baby, is your baby, and whatever happens, whatever led to that will come and pass as time heals every wound. I will suggest to them that they shouldn't take abortion, particularly the induced abortion, as the last option. They can keep the baby, they should find a way of doing that.
All right, thank you very much for that advice. Brother Michael, as a theologian, what is your advice to anybody who think abortion is an option?
Coming from his own view, abortion is sin, no matter how you look at it. Abortion is sin. The commandments of God, killing is sin. The church also stands on that. If we realize that it is God that gives life, we are just custodians of that life. We are not the owners of life. If we realize that from that angle, we understand that we can't interfere. We can never interfere in the life given to somebody. Even in the constitutional setting of the country, at least the fundamental human right will tell that everybody in this life have the right to live, right to life. So if that becomes the case, and we as human beings, we indulge in such cases of abortion, we are going contrary to the divine command, divine law, and automatically we are making God a liar. So when we make God lie, and God will never forgive us. So, but if anybody is thinking of abortion, I will beg the person to have a change of heart, because it is not helpful. Both past, it has never helped anybody in the past, it will never help anyone in the present, and it will never help in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, dear listener.